Hello, welcome to Escrow Escapes. This is the real estate stories, market trends, and true tales from the front lines of closings. I am Matthew Halliday, Navy veteran and father of three girls, also a full time real estate agent. Let's get into it.
3 weeks before closing, the appraisal comes back $45,000 under contract. The lender says they can't fund unless someone covers the gap. Heartbeat stops. I'm Matthew Halliday, and this is Escrow Escapes. Today, a real escrow that nearly unraveled and 3 moves that saved it. Welcome to Escrow Escapes. If you spend any time around closings, you know appraisal shocks are the kind of moment where plans either bend or break. Over the next 10 minutes, we'll walk a recent file from panic to close and pull out the exact steps you can use the minute a low appraisal hits your inbox. Let's get practical. A quick picture of the deal. 3-bed, 2-bath, and a popular commuter suburb. Contract price was a bit above the last recorded sale on the block because of fresh renovations and fast-moving demand. Buyer was a first-timer on a conventional loan, tight on cash, wide on hope. Seller had already bought elsewhere and needed the closing date to stick. 2 different kinds of pressure in the room. Ooh. Then the appraisal landed, about 7% under the contract, roughly $45,000 less. Lender paused funding. Buyer freaked. Seller assumed the worst. Escrow went quiet. Sound familiar? You're not alone. So where did this almost derail come from? 2 quick answers. Expectations and contract clarity. Who reads the appraisal contingency at signing? Be honest, most people glaze over. That glaze costs deals. Lesson 1. Read the contract like a playbook. The appraisal contingency isn't decorative. It defines remedies. Can the buyer cancel and get earnest money back? Is there a clause requiring a seller price reduction? Or does the contract leave the outcome open? Those answers change your next step. Quick tip on timing and deadlines. Many lenders and local practice patterns favor rapid follow-up. Submit any formal reconsideration or supplemental materials quickly. Often within 7 calendar days is best practice, but confirm with your lender. Speed matters because underwriters and appraisers shift into different review queues. Lesson 2, the negotiation toolbox. You have a handful of levers, and you should pick based on leverage and timeline. Option A, ask for a formal reconsideration of value with the appraiser and lender. Option B, submit better comps and documentation of upgrades. Option C, propose splitting the gap or request a seller credit or price reduction. Option D, buyer brings bridge cash. Each one costs something. Pick the mix that preserves the deal without blowing client finances. When you're preparing the ask, keep it short and factual. Try this. We value your home at X based on Y comps and documented upgrades. Then follow with, the appraisal came in at Z. Can we split the difference and close next week? Short, solution-oriented, and it puts time on the table. Scripts work because they lower emotion and raise clarity. For appraisers or lenders, phrase it like, here are 3 comparable sales within the last 90 days and photos with receipts for recent work. Please consider these for a reconsideration of value. Facts, not feelings. In our file, the team did 3 things fast. Gathered missed comps, compiled receipts and before/after photos, and asked the seller for a modest concession. The buyer also arranged a small bridge amount to show good faith. That combination nudged the lender to reevaluate, and the deal closed on time. Now the formal route. Request a reconsideration of value. That usually means a clean packet, reconsideration form, clear comps, and any permits or receipts. Don't send a data dump, send a concise labeled packet and a short cover note. Clean submissions get faster attention. When should you walk away? If the buyer can't bring cash, the seller refuses to move, and the contract gives the buyer a clean termination with earnest money protection. Sometimes walking is protecting your client's capital. That outcome is okay, but test every practical lever first. Here's the 3-step checklist I give clients the minute a low appraisal arrives. Step 1. Call your loan officer and agent immediately. Ask, what are our lender options and deadlines for reconsideration? Get the exact dates in writing. Step 2. Assemble documentation, 3 to 5 strong comparable sales, photos of upgrades, permits, receipts, and a 1-page cover note explaining the case. Put it in a single PDF, clearly named. Step 3. Decide your negotiation posture and your walkaway number before you call the seller. Will you ask for a price reduction, a seller credit, or split the gap? Knowing this keeps conversations calm and effective. One immediate tip to protect earnest money. If your contract gives you termination rights on appraisal, don't waive them under pressure. If you need time to pursue a reconsideration or negotiate, ask for a short extension to preserve your deposit while you work the problem. That simple move buys leverage. Quick recap. Know what your contract allows, move fast with a clean evidence packet and request a reconsideration, and use a practical negotiation mix. Split the gap, seller credit, or bridge funds based on leverage. And if in doubt, confirm lender-specific rules with your loan officer and your agent. Let's break it down. Know your contract, use the data, and keep your head. If this episode helped, subscribe to Escrow Escapes for more real file lessons, scripts you can use, and checklists that move deals. Thanks for listening. Catch you next time.
Thanks for listening to Escrow Escapes. For more real estate tips, market updates, and behind-the-scenes stories, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. I am Matthew Halliday. We'll see you on the next closing. Thanks. Have a great day.